last time on Roll for Distraction.
After resting, the party teleported back to Salice's main base of operations. It was attacked while they were away, but the fighting had stopped by the time they had arrived. On the body of a goblin pirate, they discovered the emblem of their organization, a skull with a dagger through it over a red triangle. They made their way to the vaults where the Eye of Vecna was kept to find that it had been stolen, and Salice and Delta mulling over what to do next. In place of the eye was the skull of a turtle with 10 gold pieces in its mouth. Salice explained that this skull is that of her former colleague, an evil rogue named Pistachio Disguising. Pistachio died a few years ago, but his eldest son is an accomplished crime lord and had assembled this pirate gang to steal the eye for some unknown purpose. With no way of finding Pistachio's son, the party decided to go after one of his lieutenants, a tabaxi with bright pink fur. Prayers to Lathander and the Raven Queen directed the party back to Candlekeep, where the wizard Silvira Savakis called in a favor from them. She'd like them to steal an infernal war machine for her studies. Oddly enough, Lathander claimed that this pink panther that they're looking for was going to cut a deal in a warm sulfuric place, which sounded a lot like Avernus. The party agreed to Silvira's request, hoping that the fates will guide them in the right direction once they arrive. They teleported to Avernus and found themselves just a short walk away from the famous Wandering Emporium.
Hey, it's Alex. Before we get into the episode, I just want to announce again that the book I wrote is out now. It's a Ravenloft adventure module called The Price of a Life, and you can pick it up digitally on DM's Guild. Link is in the description, or if you're listening on the podcast, you can find it through Twitter.
My college had a horse fetus in a jar. It was
Okay.
So anyway, hello everybody.
Hey! We're back!
We're not talking about horse fetuses at schools. That's not what we're doing.
Alright, let's try that again. Hey everybody, welcome back to our podcast.
Horse fetus. Shit!
Okay, it's gotta stay in now. It's gotta stay in now.
It's not gonna make any sense. But...
I'm so sorry.
Anyway, hello everyone. Episode 13. Lucky episode 13, While We're in Hell.
Oh, good lord.
Wow, Baker's
This is
dozen.
where we're all gonna
I
die.
didn't plan
Really
this.
planned
No
that.
shit.
Anyway, yeah, we're here. We teleported. It's hell. John, does Idris get to do a lore dump here? Do I have to roll for anything? I should get dice.
You should.
I don't have
Yeah.
dice out. Stupid.
Give me... It's possible that you personally do not know about...
I've been to Avernus.
It's
I may not know
possible
about
that
the
you do not know about the
Wandering
Wandering Emporium, so please give me a history roll.
By guidance, the history roll.
Emporium. I don't think you need to. I rolled an 18.
Take it anyway.
Okay, well, Gerard, with your wonderful assistance, that's a 28.
28? Yeah. Okay, you've heard of it.
So, the place we're going, called the Wandering Emporium, I think you can imagine. It's a collection, it's a bazaar of sorts, a collection of shops and traveling merchants who travels specifically around Avernus, selling all sorts of questionable items. They deal in sometimes in gold, but more often in a currency called soul coins. They're coins with souls in them.
That's ominous.
That's probably what's in this bag that Silvira gave us, but hopefully someone is selling a war machine. We can just go in, buy it, and leave. The Emporium is run by a gentleman who goes by Mahadi. I doubt that's his real name. If you don't have to talk to him, don't, but he'll try to swindle you, probably.
It's like our friend in the scary place.
Yeah. As for the rest of Avernus, you'll notice that this is just an old, scarred battlefield. They fight the blood war here, the eternal struggle between demons and devils. Don't wander off.
Or do.
Just fucking don't.
Don't let him tell you what to do.
I don't know, I'm getting the inclination that I should wander off.
You hate it here, Gerard.
I
Clark
do
would hate it here.
There's no sun.
There's no sun. It's always dim. It's also
there's demons
hell.
And devils
Ain't no
afoot.
sunshine
Devilry
when
afoot.
she's gone.
These infernal horned creatures. No offense, Earl.
Excuse you.
After about a 10-minute walk, because it is a bit toasty and rough terrain, you arrive at a series of 9 gigantic metal cart machines that you're not familiar with that make a horseshoe shape. And within is the Wandering Emporium. A collection of brightly colored tents stands clustered together, creating an oasis of comfort amid the dread landscape of avarice. Huge infernal war machines form a horseshoe about the tents, with curtains made of small rectangular iron plates and lamps dangling from chains strung between them. Soft, lifting music and wondrous smells drifts across the hot winds, inviting a closer look.
That looked really cool. Can we go see it?
We're going
won't
to,
talk to
yes.
anybody, I promise.
I would urge not to overindulge. Let's see if we can find somebody selling any of these vehicles. And see if we can just be on our way.
Okay. John, can I make a lap around the market? What kind of boots do I see?
Okay. There is a lavish entryway to a building that's not there that says it is the Infernal Rapture, a restaurant and spa.
What do you mean, a
Oh.
building that's not there?
Do you want to go find out?
Yeah.
No,
We-
I...
Umak, no
That
going
sentence
in
didn't make any
spas.
sense.
No breaking windows.
Does it? I was gonna say, does it have a window?
There is an
You said a doorway
entryway.
to a building that's not there.
There is an entryway to a building, but there's no building.
Okay.
So
I
it's,
a door.
feel
it's a floating
like I-
door. It's a magical door
All right, what else
to
we got? What's
an
next?
invisible building.
there is a smith shop and forge that has a big sign over it that says Fire Snake Forge, and you can see it's being worked by salamanders, who are
Cool.
Again, quick reference. Salamander in this context is not like the tiny lizards who live in Florida. They are tall,
8
human-ish
to 10 foot
sized,
tall, mildly humanoid
Yeah.
fire lizards.
reptilian
That's
humanoids.
still cool.
Another tent and cart that says Bernie the Barber. It's a barber shop. Grooming, general purpose, sort of just being pretty looking
Hey,
things.
Mark, you can get that ponytail.
Ooh.
Deep
Yay.
callback.
Yeah.
There is a postal service from here to Avernus.
Who's sending mail to hell?
Demons.
You'd be surprised.
How
Devils.
else am I
mostly.
supposed to talk to my grandmother?
There is another shop called Ickers Away. This is some sort of potion and weird bits shop.
Potion seller?
And the last of the major installations, Znath Larva Farm.
Ew.
Larva farm?
Larva
I'm
Farm.
uncomfortable.
No, I'm alright. We can skip that one.
Farm.
If it has larva and will grow into something else, you could probably find it here.
To the weapon shop.
Yeah, let's do the smithy. That seems the most
Yeah.
innocuous.
The salamander smithies.
I don't know what a salamander is supposed to sound like.
Talk normal, and I will make you sound like whatever a salamander's supposed to sound like.
Can we help you?
He's gonna have such a silly voice.
Crassus will be like, I'm interested in replacing my glaive here with something else.
Oh, it's quite a
What do you
fine
have?
piece you already have. What are you looking to replace it with?
I'm looking to replace it with probably a similar glaive or weapon of a similar design.
Okay.
Perhaps a halberd.
A halberd. Okay.
Guys, I have 8 gold. I can't afford anything.
Oh
Whose
yeah,
fault
you
is
lost
that?
all your money.
What is the difference between a glaive and a halberd?
Literally
Literally
nothing.
nothing.
Mechanically, literally nothing. If you want to buy like a +1, you can spend a bunch of money on that.
There is
but-
no difference. They're both 20 gold pieces. They're both 1d10 slashing. They're both 6 pounds. They're both heavy reach two-handed.
I'm more curious in like actuality. So
In actuality,
a glaive.
one's an axe and one's a sword on a stick. That's really it.
Yep.
Did you not know that?
Not off the top of my head.
Okay.
Are you looking for something functional or showy?
Functional.
Very good. And he goes to a wall on the side, unlatches from the wall a 6-foot-long glaive. No, halberd, the other one. It looks like blackened iron. Like, there's nothing fancy about this. It is the simplest but sturdiest looking weapon you've seen in a long time. It has an axe, a spike, and a hook.
It's a halberd.
So it just looks basic as all hell.
That's what you asked for.
It's at least as basic as Avernus. I don't know about all hell.
Boo.
Like, it's sturdy, it's well made, there's not a flaw on it, it just has no flair.
Tell me about this weapon.
It's a halberd.
If that's the case, I was thinking more fancy functional. And with a snap of a finger, I'll transform my glaive into a halberd.
Why didn't you just... Do you want a magic weapon? Is that what you're asking?
Yes.
Okay, you could open with that. This is a business. We do business here. I don't read minds.
That's Carl. Carl can read minds. He's down the street.
I have one magic halberd.
This is the halberd of ultimate destruction.
No.
It's the halberd.
It is an infernal halberd. It is a devil's weapon. But it is not like... It's a +1 halberd with sort of infernal...
It's on fire.
No, it's a +1 halberd with sort of infernal fixings.
Can I Arcana check
The halberd?
the idea of an infernal weapon? Because like, out of character, I know that that's sort of a thing. Because I ran this game.
Yes, you can check it. It's not an infernal weapon in that it's like evil. It's just it's made in that
20.
It's made in that style. It's not.
Yeah, there is a specific subtype of magic weapon in the Avernus book that makes it so that if you kill someone with it, their soul goes to Avernus. Doesn't matter what else they did in life. That's where they go.
Damn.
Pretty funny.
Damn sword.
Get trolled.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it could be +1, whatever. It's just an enchantment that can be on a weapon.
No, it is not that. It is just styled as if a devil would like.
How much for this?
This will run you about 1,200 gold pieces.
Yeah, I ain't got
That look
that
in
much.
Colin's eyes makes you think he doesn't have that much.
We have party gold, we have some platinum, but that would be a very hefty chunk of it.
How much is our party gold?
We have 190 platinum, ergo 1,900 gold. I'm not letting you spend 1,200 of it on one halberd.
I'll pass for now.
Anyone else have anything they're looking for?
No.
Yes. Would you gentlemen happen to either have or know someone who has one of these vehicles that they'd be willing to part with? For the right price, of course.
You're looking to purchase an infernal war machine?
Indeed.
Ah, well, we specialize in repairing them, but we do not currently have any. I do believe that a group just came through and cleaned out any that everyone here had that weren't being used.
Damn it.
What's the name of the group?
I believe it's Archon and his
Dun-dun.
bunch.
Dun-dun.
Oh,
Who's Archon?
the guy with the hand,
The
Gerard.
cruel.
Oh, fuck.
Do you guys
Yeah.
remember anything that I say?
I can. Not much, but I can. It's like 50 first dates over here.
Archon needs nuts.
That doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't. As I was saying, it was like, this is stupid.
I'll ask the salamanders. Did his bunch say why they needed them in such a rush?
They come through periodically and stock up on weapons and equipment. You know, building an army and all.
Right. Yeah.
Just kind of laughs it off.
If we were to find a ruined one, how much would it be to repair it?
That would depend on how ruined.
Do you have any like in the shop right now?
No. I mean, there's wrecks of them all over the wastes. If you go out and find one and get it back here, we can repair it.
Get it moving. It's hard without it
Yeah,
being
how would we
running.
move it, though?
All right. Why don't we perhaps ask around a little more? Try one of the other shops.
Wait, the barber shop. There's always talk going on in the barber shop.
So we could potentially use the larva farm if they're more than likely to have any creatures that have larvae. We could probably find like giant hellflies. I'm sure that's a thing.
There is a creature called a hell wasp. They are not tameable and rideable.
Yeah, maybe we could get a creature strong enough to pull a wrecked one from the wastelands.
That's a little more potential. Let's try the
I say
barber
we go
since
to the
everybody
barber
was so
shop.
excited about the barber. Let's walk over
The
there.
barber shop.
What's the deal here?
There's tea there. There's always tea.
What's the deal with the
No.
barber in hell? Like what's that about?
As you go to the barber's tent, which does have the red and white pole spinning, but you notice that the pole is red and white because it's serving its original purpose, which is to clean bloody rags.
Cool.
Was that actually
Yes.
the original?
That's why they're
Jesus
red and white,
fucking
because they were
Christ.
cleaning bloody rags. Yeah. Barber surgeons.
From when people
Yeah.
got.
You're new. Can I help you?
Well, I don't have hair, so I'm out on this. Someone else take the lead.
Probably not the bald one or the one with the helmet. Anyone else?
Or the one with the horns and scales. It's
She has
I
hair.
was gonna say, can.
no, Crassus.
Oh.
Guess I'll get the tea. Could I potentially get my hair trimmed and my horns shined?
I can do this. Yes.
I picture it like a like an old shoe shiner.
Yep. That's
Yeah, that's what I'm
exactly
thinking too.
what we're going to be doing here. Here, please take a seat. Anyone else need anything? I have a customer. There'll be a wait.
No, we'll just
They're
wait.
with me, so
Get
they
your
don't
head
mind.
polished?
Stay away from me anyway.
So, how do you find yourself in the Avernus?
It's a long story.
I'm Bernie. You are
Cyrilla.
Her
Cyrilla.
name's actually
Very
Bernie.
kind.
She lives it out.
Very kind to meet you. We may need to do a shampoo first. It looks like you've had a rough couple days.
Oh, yes. Yes, please.
Very good. And she takes you over to like a sink and is sort of washing your hair, rubbing your head, and you're like,
Yeah.
this is nice.
Best head massage ever?
Yes.
Would have thought you'd only be able to get that in hell.
Wow, how'd you get so good at this? Did you sell your soul?
Did you?
Do you want to know, like, you asked what brings her here? Like, why is she here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as it's not, like, insensitive to do that. Or...
There was a crisis some years ago where a lot of people ended up here. Not the last one, not Elturel. One well before that, maybe 200 years ago. Just don't age here.
Fair. At least you found something you enjoy
Yeah.
to do.
It's better than ending up in the river and turning into one of those little slimy monster guys.
Yep, I've heard about those. Those are fun.
That's what happens.
What can you tell us about Arcane and all of his goons?
They come through here time to time, stocking up on weapons and provisions. The cult of Tiamat is always plotting to get Tiamat back into the material plane. Never works.
Sounds like average cult stuff.
They're building up more than normal this time.
Is that something we should be worried about?
People I know certainly are.
So we've actually been on the hunt for a war machine. Any thoughts on where we could find something like that, or
Why do you need an infernal war machine?
just doing what we're told? Or at least I'm just doing what I'm told. I'm following these guys.
A friend of ours would like to acquire one.
Perchance, may I ask why?
For science.
No grand plan, really. Not trying to free a god from infernal imprisonment or anything.
No, just to study it.
This is good. More power to the mortal plane. If that technology, if that equipment can be figured out, it may give them a fighting chance.
Especially if we can figure out how to run them on anything other than souls.
Yeah, that'd be cool. And you notice your hair is very nice and styled and cut, and it was done into a nice braid to the back that's now over your shoulder.
Ew. We got an Elsa breed going on here.
You think your hair may actually be longer than it was when she started.
I will take it. I just need a split ends trimmed. I will take everything healthy.
Did you have a preferred length for your hair?
No, I like it long. It looks beautiful. Thank you.
Okay, let's get those horns polished. And then... There's two ways to do this. Shoe shiner, or you hear a buffing wheel come out. It's like, alright, let's get...
Shoe shiner, shoe shiner. I want to be able to talk.
Rather than...
We're looking for a war machine!
A what?
What?
Alright, if that'll be all, that'll be 1 gold piece.
Absolutely. Here you go. Can I also toss her a silver piece as a tip?
Yes, anyone who can cast spells, please make me a perception check.
That's actually all of us.
Oh my god.
I know. That's true, actually. I
What?
made that a requirement for this campaign, didn't I? You notice that her eyes flash and she makes a gesture as she casts a spell. You all feel just a slight bit of magic like wash over the room, but nothing damaging. Nothing mind-reading, just like the lightest bit of detection. And Cyrilla, you recognize the spell as Detect Evil and Good.
Ah. Are we good?
Cool.
You are quite good.
There's no pistachios here.
I know. We don't blame you. That's fair. Especially in hell.
You have had a very interesting few days, I would imagine. Based on all the stuff I just washed out of her hair.
Yeah, there's probably a bit of
Everything.
leftover.
Gonna wash
Stank.
that shit right out
Apologies.
of her hair. Gonna wash that shit right out of her hair. And send it on his way.
Know that you will have a safe place here if you need it.
Thanks, Bernie.
And you see her eyes flash to a very, brilliant emerald green.
Oh.
Cool.
And then back.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
What I can't read.
So,
Emotions.
do you have any more thoughts on where we could find a war machine?
The MCU.
Out in the wastes there are many, but they need repairs. Perhaps one is working, perhaps not. The salamanders could repair it for you, but you would need to either get it to them, or they won't go to it. That's for sure.
Yeah, no.
Could we acquire some sort of a beast that might be able to pull one a few miles at least?
I would talk to Zenith at the larva farm. They probably are the best source of a beast large enough to pull a war machine.
I need a
You
horse.
can get other creatures. There are people here selling them, but none big enough, I would imagine, for any
Right.
war machine of substance.
Well, we could even we need literally any one. A small one will do. But yes, yeah, if they are the only ones selling strong enough beasts. Real quick, out of character, there are motorcycle war machines. That would
Nice.
count.
You notice that the 9 war machines making up the outside of the Wandering Emporium are all very large.
Somebody would be pissed if we took one of those. They don't make a ton of them. Yeah, we could probably all just hop on, cast the spell, and go, but somebody would be very upset with us if we did that. So we should probably start looking for something smaller, less mist. Tell you what, can I, while we go talk to the larva farmer, which is a pair of words I will never get used to saying, can I send my bird out on a loop to search for a nearby wreck and have it report back if it finds anything?
Okay, so we will say that the bird is going to be searching the entire rest
Yeah,
of the time.
I expect
you're
it to
doing this.
take a little while, but yeah.
You come to a large area with many pens for mostly smaller animals, but you do see a few very large, just sort of hulking, demon bison looking things. Just the equivalent of a hell cow.
I mean, yeah, if they had abyssal chickens, they can have infernal cows, right? Why not?
Yeah.
And there are a few
Yeah, some sort of bull would probably suffice.
goblins and hobgoblins running around tending to everything, and there is a much larger hobgoblin who appears to be doing one bit of work himself.
So yeah, I'll walk toward the gentleman in charge and wave.
You are.
Hello.
And this is an 8-foot tall hobgoblin.
That's a big guy.
He's
He's a big hobgoblin.
big, very
Hobgoblins are
big.
usually-
Maybe some bugbear in there.
6 feet tall, yeah. Hoping to rent one of those large bulls you've got there.
Rent.
We'll bring it back.
I think he's looking to actually sell.
I don't really rent most of this.
Not for a long time. Not before the caravan moves again. Just a couple hours. We ran out of fuel about a mile out. We're hoping we could borrow one to pull us back here. Need to make some repairs as well.
I mean, that sounds like a valid story. I don't really rent them, though. You could sell them back to me once you're done. I would need full
How much
price
do you
for them.
usually charge for one of them?
50 a head.
If we sell them back to you, how much would you pay for them?
That would depend on the condition you're selling them in.
In this current condition.
25.
Out of character, would I be able to know how many of them we need to pull?
For the motorcycle, 1. For the small car, 2. For the big car, 4. And for the biggest thing, 10.
Alright, so let's stick with 2.
Well, we need to know what we're pulling first. Unless my bird comes back right now with good news.
No, because it's been 10 minutes.
Yeah. I'll say, alright, we need to do a little more shopping, but, I think we can make that work. We'll come back for them.
How many are you expecting to buy?
Hopefully, Yeah, hopefully not more than 4 of them.
Okay.
Do you want to, like, look at another shop while we wait for the bird to get back?
I want to take a look at the arch with no building.
Okay. Do you go in?
No, I want to walk up to it. So, all right.
Okay.
It's near where we first came in, right?
It is kind of near the entrance.
It should be kind of the centerpiece of the place, if memory serves.
Great. So, who's got detect magic?
Do you really need to...
Me.
I don't know.
Why?
It's an arch. I don't want to walk through the thing. I want to inspect it. I want to see why is it so ominous.
Very well. I'll do a ritual detect magic.
Before you can finish the ritual detect magic, a man walks out. Can I help you?
It's like, hi. What are you doing out here?
Apologies, my friend here insisted that I detect magic on this doorway as if there were a question about it.
It is very interesting. I am just curious about this arch. It looks like there used to be a building.
No,
Was the arch always here by itself?
the arch is the entryway to a building.
But the building is invisible?
The building is not here. It is another plane.
Oh.
I'll briefly I'll ask the man. My other friend here, he's carrying a bag of holding. Will it be safe for him to enter? Or
Yes,
no?
it is safe.
Okay.
I have locate object. Can I use that to find a small card thing?
Yeah. If it's within 1,000 feet, which maybe if it's
Not
like
ridiculous.
wrapped and hidden behind a rock, yeah. We may have missed it on our way over.
We'll get back to your idea in a second. So, you're coming in?
I think we'll come back. You seem to be pretty ominous about the whole thing, so... Speaking
Well,
of John, not the
that's
character.
very rude of you. You're literally in hell!
I know.
Hello, I have an idea. I can cast locate object and see if we can find a war machine of our preferred size.
You're looking for an infernal war machine, you say?
Yes.
Happen
Perhaps...
to have one for sale.
I don't, but perhaps I could help you find one that may be saleable or just abandoned.
And what would you like in return?
I would like you to not be here for calling me shady.
Finder's fee of sorts.
We're not giving you our souls, sir.
Doesn't have to be yours.
we literally, out of character, we literally have a bag of soul coins. We could just pay him with
Oh,
that.
okay, yes.
Or some of it. And then, yeah. So, why don't we step inside and you can tell us.
I should warn you, once inside, a deal must be struck with either each of you individually or you as a group. The deal can be me finding a war machine for you. I do not guarantee that it isn't someone else's already, then you'd have to take it.
My boss told me not to make deals with things from hell, so I'll hang out here.
No. Group or no?
I'll say to the gentleman in Infernal, because I speak that, I know how this works.
Oh, good. Then you don't have to read the whole contract.
I could read the contract accurately.
Oh, that's more fun. I do not know any of your names.
Bob Saget.
I'm not a fae, I do not steal names. It's not how we do business here. We're contract people,
Right.
not trickery people. I'm Mahadi.
Hey, this is the guy. This is the guy whose name I said who runs the place.
Alright, can I do an insight check on this guy? I rolled a 9.
You trust this man with your life.
Wow. Sir,
Damn.
I will give you my pelvis.
I don't want your pelvis.
Oh,
What?
well.
Are you offering to sleep with him?
Giggles.
Are you trying to seduce him right now?
Man, no wonder Umak is single.
Just for shits and giggles, I'm casting locate object. Is there a small infernal war machine close by, within 1,000 feet?
Not within 1,000 feet of you, no.
Shit. Unfortunate.
Not for me. Here, let us sit down. I have a table prepared.
I prefer to stand.
I'll sit in any chair you give me.
Good man.
Sit in this one. It is totally not a mimic.
And that would be bad for business. I don't know who would do that.
Ignore the tongue. It is not real.
Unless you want it to
Ignores
be.
it.
Unless you like it.
Yeah, then it can help you out a bit, huh?
You did offer him your pelvis. So.
And he sits down in the largest chair at the head of the table.
I'll sit down and say, all right, well, we're looking for a relatively nearby walking distance operable, at least mostly, war machine that is not under guard of overwhelming force, whether we have to do a little fighting or purchasing for a hefty price is fine, as long as it's achievable.
Okay,
That's what we're looking for.
so that's what you want. What are you going to give me for it?
I told you.
Soul coins.
And am I getting you the machine or just a location?
Location.
If it's close enough to walk comfortably in a few hours, then just the location is fine.
To find it, one soul. You are in a restaurant, and as you kind of look around, can everyone make a perception check?
Natural 1, baby.
You really like this man. You really like this man's eyes. With 23s, after sort of just scanning the place, both of you look to a table in the corner, and there is a hooded figure with a pink fur pawed hand drinking from a flask. And talking to a very
Cashew?
twisted-looking turtle.
Uh-oh.
Cashew Pistachio Disguising.
Oh my
you are
God.
in trouble. Please use your full name.
The panther is sitting across from a gray and blue-skinned turtle with yellow eyes with no iris or pupil. Maybe 7 or 8 feet tall. It's hard to tell while sitting, but they are very large. A black, spiky shell on their back. Bone spurs and spikes coming out of their elbows and parts of their chin. Just evil-looking turtle. Very evil. And resting against the table next to them is a very large warhammer with 2 black iron skulls as the ends of the hammer.
Yo, that warhammer looks metal as fuck. I want it.
It's a maul in size, so...
Slow your roll. Can I scooch over to Mahadi as I go to pay him? And I'm going to drop him 3 soul coins, very subtly.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll say quietly to him, "What can you tell me about those 2 customers over there?"
Oh, normally... And he takes the 3 of them. Normally I'm not allowed to disclose information about my other customers, but you overhear what you overhear in a bar. That's Archon's second in command. Krull. And the Panther, I believe... I do not actually have their name.
Steve Martin?
They just got off of a job where they stole some sort of very powerful artifact. I believe his meeting next is with me to discuss whether I may be interested in buying it. For my boss, or for myself.
And the other coin also.
Oh, yes.
The vehicle.
And he pulls out a piece of paper and just flashes it, and there's a small map of the area. And he marks 3 points across it that are like, these are the ones that you should be able to grab or steal. The case may be. It looks like the farthest one is maybe 20 miles away, and the closest is like 8 or 9. And then another is like between. But sort of scattered about like a circular area. And
we could do 8 miles in an afternoon.
and he hands you the
like
paper. This completes our contract.
that. So it does.
Dinks.
Do you go for a handshake?
Can
Don't be rude.
I turn it into a fist bump? Does that exist?
Part of sealing the contract is the handshake.
Fine.
Lick your hand, lick your hand, lick your hand.
Yeah, spit on it.
No, just spit in it.
Spit in your hand.
Very good doing business with you. As he casts Detect Thoughts while holding your hand.
Hey, hang on. Hold the phone now, John.
I know.
What am I wearing?
I know. He doesn't know that.
All right. Okay.
Oh!
He also can't know that because the ring's invisible. It does that.
It's invisible, but
Alright,
it's not...
do you have like a ring of no thought detection?
Mine-
or
I have a
something?
ring of mind shielding.
Yeah.
Ah.
Which can turn itself
Smart
invisible.
boy.
They all do that.
You're a careful one. I like it.
And I say back in Infernal, like I said, not my first time.
You're very old, aren't you? Ha 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 ha! Here, take a plate of egg rolls for the room.
Well, all right.
They look
Appreciate it.
like egg rolls. You don't know what's in them.
They're made of people.
They do smell good.
Oh my god, this is Sweeney Todd.
Secret
If you need any
ingredients.
more
They're
information,
soul rolls.
I'll be here
Do you know when you'll be on the road again?
when I feel like it.
again.
On the road again.
I can't wait.
You can pay for an update on where I go. Just go to the
I
post.
actually have an
Just
app.
go to the post, and you can subscribe to my mailing list.
Don't forget to like and comment.
Need a good review.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Okay,
And then, yeah,
you
there we go.
leave.
While I've been here, John, have I heard anyone speaking Undercommon by any chance?
Probably, maybe one or two of the merchants at the other stalls, like the not major ones.
Okay. Once we're like a good bit, and I'll recall my bird mentally. Once we're a good bit out of the caravan, I want to hop on the communicator. I'll say to Crassus, "You speak Celestial, right?
Indeed.
I speak
Can you
Celestial too.
say? Oh, good. Can one of you say, coded update to our boss?"
As you are leaving the market, you see a vehicle approach from the distance. Not an infernal war machine. It looks to be some sort of like metal tracked cart in very scratched up white paint, and the symbol of the Order of the Gauntlet painted on the side of it.
Oh boy.
Oh,
And
when did they get a car?
they had tanks. That was a nice one, Dale. They had tanks.
I guess.
Oh, it's a
It's like a
tank.
World War I land ship. The thing moves like under ideal circumstances. It goes walking pace. Like,
And we are not in ideal circumstances.
yeah, Crassus, you might know what that is, and it's like that is an Order of the Gauntlet presence in Avernus. Interesting.
Then I'll say to them, maybe we pick a different language.
Hold on, let me see. So wait, who are we passing this message to?
I want to send a coded message to Celeste on the communicator to say that the Pink Panther is at the Infernal Rapture Bar talking to Krull, and also the Order of the Gauntlet is here in Avernus. Ideally in a language that as few people as possible here speak. I think Giant might be a good bet.
I can cast tongues if necessary.
If you want to speak like a really out there language. Yeah, delivered in Primordial.
Okay, yeah, I will go with Giant.
Would you look at that? A giant's getting out
What
of
is
the
our
tank.
coded language or coded message we're trying to send her?
I will use the message spell to tell you the message so that only you hear it.
2 targets located. The feline and the reptile. Well, actually no, because
We don't. The
turtle
turtle is
is
not the
not.
turtle we're looking for.
Yes.
But he is.
this
of
is
concern.
not the turtle you
These
are.
are not the droids you're looking for.
If I had a nickel for every evil turtle I was currently dealing with, I'd have 2 nickels, which is a lot, but it's weird. It's not a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice.
We have located the feline and the second in command of the one without a hand,
There you go.
as well as the target of my investigation has a presence here.
You get back in Giant. Understood. Await instructions after current objective.
And then we'll actually continue walking out toward the war machine.
It will take you the better part of a day to do, but there does not appear to be a lot of activity anywhere near the Emporium. Probably because it's a place of business sanctioned by the top layers.
Yeah, whoever's in charge here currently probably has the army steer clear of it.
I will be right back. I have to pull a Gerard.
Peeing?
No, poop.
Oh,
Why is that a Gerard?
Ah.
I poop.
everybody poops.
Everybody poops. Sometimes.
One Gerard later.
All right, you cross your 8 miles and you get to
Will the real Slim Shady please stand up?
Slenderman gets
Yeah,
behind
Actually,
you.
that's probably Zidrus because he's
Yeah.
quite slim and extremely shady.
You do get to the first one, and it is where it was marked on the map within feet. It's very accurate. It's missing a wheel. Looks like it doesn't run. But you could try.
Well, how is it supposed to run without legs?
Maybe if we go see the arms dealer, he can give us a pair of legs.
Anyway, yeah, I guess I'll hop in the driver's seat. Does it have keys? Do I just...
Let's push to start.
Okay, good.
Brum, brum.
I pushed the ignition lever, or whatever it's got. Does it any response?
It's... Okay, we're gonna put this in terms of a real-world motor. It sounds like it's trying to turn over, but it may be out of fuel, or there is something preventing ignition.
Okay. Hang on, I have fuel. These things run on soul coins. I'll put one in.
Into the
In
25
the coin
into the
slot.
25-cent slot.
Pull the slot machine lever.
Yeah.
It gets closer, and it almost starts, but it dies.
Anybody know mending?
Oh my god, am I gonna be helpful for once? Oh my god, I know mending.
Melding.
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 Can everyone make a perception check of the area to see if you can find the missing wheel? You do both stumble upon a wheel maybe 50 feet away, kind of like all dinged up, because it's like these are metal wheels. They're not rubber tires.
Yeah. Then yeah, I guess Clark and I will pick it up like a table and carry it over and
And as you get the wheel back to it, far off in the distance, you see a dust cloud approaching. And that's where we're going to end for tonight.
Oh,
No.
but I was gonna mend.
If you like what we're doing here, give us a like or leave a comment to let us know. We want to hear from you. If you want to be notified when a new video drops, subscribe. Not only are we doing D&D, but we also have some Let's Plays in the works, so be sure to look out for those. Also be sure to check us out on social media. And then just general goodbyes, see you next time, etc. for the group.
No, John, you don't read that part.
Yes, you do.